Hello everyone, I am Silverraptor and welcome back to another Wargame Red Dragon deck creations video, where you, the viewers, have been pretty much putting down those comments down below which deck I should make next. And continuing along with the armored theme, we will be creating a West German armored deck. And that's a bit different than the Leopard Division or the Dutch German Corps that we have right here for the Armored Division. We don't have such. We do have pretty good tanks, but we don't have as many Leopard 2A5s essentially, which was what this entire division was built around. So we do need to play a little bit smarter. So let's get into creating this. This is still a pretty good division, I would say. So let's see. I think this was. Let me just double check. West German second armored. So West German second armored. If I can spell right. There we go. And with Germany gets us the armored support. Let's go. Alright, so logistics tab. We are going to get into the fob. And then, of course, we run into the similar issue. There is no infantry CV that we could put in, so we have to go with one of these. Now, we could get these plain old Leopard 1s, which are not the best. 45 points. I wouldn't really bank my life on this, but this Leopard 2, that's a lot better. For 70 points, I'd rather bring this in, especially since the regular Leopard 2 is actually 80 points. Remember, with CV status, I add 100 points onto the unit and say, if I subtract 100 points, would I bring this in normally? If the answer is yes, then we are going to get that. The only problem with this right here is that this is obviously a CV, because it's got that little air conditioning unit like thing on the front here. Only CV vehicles like this have that air conditioning unit. There are similar models that don't have that bring in infantry, which sometimes when people see the blacked out silhouette, they think, oh, that's just an infantry carrier, but this is a clear telltale sign that it is indeed a CV unit, or yeah, CV. So we can get this armored one, or we can get the Iltis Cadal. We can get more Iltis Cadal. So this still gives us 5, but we are bringing 4 in for the Leopard. Um, and it's amphibious. I think we are going to get it, even though it is a telltale sign. It just needs to be make sure that nobody spots my CVs. We are going to, well, yeah, we're going to get some mat transports so that they can quickly get and resupply our tanks while they are blitzkrieging across the landscape. See what I did there? And man, Caddy 6x6 has more supply, so we need to bring those up to help keep our armored convoy moving forward. So that's all the logistics tab. Let's move on to the infantry. So now that we don't have any of the Dutch infantry in this time around, let's take a look at what we do have. We do have Milan 2s, and they're not the best because of the accuracy, but we definitely want to get some Panzer Grenadiers. Now, do we want the Panzer Grenadier, the Panzer Grenadier 90? I'm just quickly going over, and the only difference really is the rocket launcher. And Panzer Grenadiers actually have a pretty good rocket launcher already. But so I think we are going to get regular Panzer Grenadiers and the Marder 2. Or, I'm thinking of getting like lower tier and Martyrs, but you know what? Why don't we just get one of each? So we'll have basically a difference of 5 points each. So the regular Panzer Grenadiers are basically the slightly cheaper variation of the Marder 2 for 50 points, and then for 55 we can bring in the ones with the better rocket launcher. So we've got all these Marder 2s, 24 Marder 2s with 24 Panzer Grenadiers. We could get the Hemashuten. They're not bad militia. They've got 14 AP power that will kill a lot of APC vehicles, and that's kind of what militia are kind of good for, just taking out a lot of the APC vehicles while also being a bullet sponge for stuff to fire at them, while the rest of your stuff kills the thing that's shooting. But I think we want to do Jaegers. Oh right, the Jaegers have also the same AP power as Panzer Grenadiers do, so I think we're going to swap out the Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzer Grenadier 90s, and the Jaegers will be our main infantry force right there. We are going to get the Fliegerfaust too. These are Stingers, Stinger Cs to be more specific. We need that to be able to shoot down any kind of AA that comes our way. And I think we're going to skip out on the Milan 2s. And as for the last card, I think we're going to get some Decad's Gruppe. Now we could get them cheap in the 5-point trucks. So I don't think we'll be bringing too many. I think for fun, let's try getting them. Do we have the same amount? Yes, we do. Let's try getting them hardened in the Martyr 1A3. It has a pretty good autocannon. It's got decent armor, but it's got the Milan F2, so that we do have a little bit of ATGM land vehicles here. So I'm willing to try that out. For the support tab, the big weakness of West Germany is they don't have really any infrared AA. So we are going to have a lot of radar. We have to be very careful about the radar that we bring in. So we are going to bring in the Flak Panzer Gepard A2 because it does have Stinger missiles. So we can't turn off the main gun and still be able to shoot at stuff. A lot of people like to bring in the Flak Panzer Gepard A1 because it's got a stabilizer. But for me, if you compare it to the regular Flak Panzer, they have the same range. And yes, it's not as accurate as the Gepard A1. But that's still really fast rounds per minute, so it's still going to have a good chance of killing a lot of things that's going to be opening fire on. And yeah, I can't fire on the move, but usually people stop their AA to shoot at any helicopters or planes that are moving over it. So I think we're going to get regular Flak Panzer Gepards. That actually gives us a little bit more. And they're also worthless when we lose them because lots of radar AA, unless you're very, very good at micromanaging the radar. And I'm pretty good, but I wouldn't say I'm godhood yet. I will probably lose these to a seed missile or two. And if these are in front, then losing 45 points is different than losing 55 points. Now we've got some Roland 3s and some Roland 2s. I am not entirely sure what the difference between these two are. Oh, okay, the range. The range is the difference. And the Roland 3s have slightly more HE power. They have 6 instead of 5. So we are going to get, I'm going to get 10 Roland 3s. The real big problem about the Roland 3 is that, yes, it has 10 missiles, but it only can, with the 2 tubes, fire 2 at a time in rapid succession. And then it's got a pretty long reload time before it gets the other 2 missiles loaded back in. So you do kind of need to bring in a few Roland 3s to defend yourself. And then finally, we need to look into the what mortar we want to bring in. And I think we're going to get the 40 point, even though these are both 5 HE power. The main problem with this one is it's slower, so it can't keep up with the tanks as much, and it's got lower autonomy, so it has to stop more often. So we want to keep this rolling forward with our tanks, be able to provide smoke and everything like that. So let's get the Panzer mortars. And now we get to the meat of the issue, the tanks. So we're obviously going to get 2 Leopard 2A5s. We are going to get, I think, elite Leopard 2A4s to be very, very accurate. We only get 1 less Leopard 2A4, but that is perfectly fine. Leopard 2A1, 100 points. I think we are going to get them veteran. They're going to be our main tank, pretty much our medium heavy tank. And we could get Leopard 2, but let's get a pile of Kylers, some veteran Kylers and Leopard 2. They're fairly similar. The Leopard 2 has more armor up front, while the Kyler is just more firepower. And no, Kyler does have better optics. Since this is a tank deck, let's go and get elite Leopard. So the Leopards are more accurate than the Kyler. So yeah, they'll be a little bit more of our sniper tank. I'll just move that over there. Now we've got 4-point slots, we can still bring in a lot more tanks. We could bring in Leopard 1A5s, which if we compare it to the Leopard 2, is actually more accurate and has a faster fire rate. So this is why people do bring in the Leopard 1A5. It is a good sniper tank. So let's go and bring that in. Leopard 1A4s and such, kind of lets it down, especially with the AP power. And we could get cheaper, really cheap tanks. These are 25 pointers, and they've got 3 HE, so that's something to take a look into. Let's see. Okay, so the one on the right has a better main gun. Huh, okay, so this is literally better for uh, no price difference whatsoever. I would have thought one would be heat, but they're both kinetic, so we'll get one of these as veteran. Kind of as a bit of a spammy tank, I know, but is able to basically stop the enemy coming forward, and we still have 2 cards left. So I think we are going to instead get 2 cards, the Leopard 2A1 as veteran. These are still staying as elite. These will be 10, and the last card, yeah, let's get more Leopard 2A4. So there's still going to be, it's not going to be as strong as the Dutch-German division, but still pretty good. Okay. Getting on. I gotta reorganize this. Okay, there we go. All the tanks are organized from most expensive leopard to the least expensive leopard to the Shoans. So will be all of our tanks. We have plenty of them. So enemy better have a lot of anti-tanks to be able to stop this force moving forward. Going to the recon. As you can see, we have a very wide selection of recons that we can bring in. We could bring in Leopard 1A1s, but that's really pitiful. What is this? That's an autocannon. Sure, let's bring those in. We just kind of need any kind of good optics possible. Now, we only can bring a 1 BGS. We can bring them in the troop transport, but I'm less inclined to do so. We can bring them into the 5-point truck or the MD Jupiter. Well, the MD Jupiter is the worst in the 5-point truck in every way possible. We are going to bring in 14 of those guys, and then maybe a few helicopters. So that's all the recon that we have. We don't have any elite super expensive recon, but we've got a lot of cheaper stuff that we can spread about. All right, and vehicles. We'll come back to that. Helicopters. We have pretty poor selection. I think we're going to get 1 card. Well, not hardened. These have to be trained because they're only 4 strength, so we are going to lose quite a bit of them. But they are emergency anti-tank if the enemy is flanking us in a position and we need something fast and maneuverable to be able to intercept those tanks that are moving forward. That's all the helicopters we're going to get. We have even worse aircraft choice. So we are going to get 1 Tornado ECM, and this is less for us because we're not going to be able to really having all the planes. But this is more to assist our ally, taking out Seed for our ally in case they want to help us out. And but this is just an afterthought because Tornado ECR is just really good. We are going to get some Alpha Jets so that we can napalm out some area. Infantry and force are definitely very dangerous to tanks, and tanks can survive napalm within reason. You can't just give them a full napalm bath and expect them to be okay after loitering around for 10 minutes, but they can still kind of just skirt around the edges and come out mostly unscathed. Peace Rhines are another emergency anti-tank plane. They only have 2 Maverick missiles, and they're not really the best, but they are hardened. So we'll get those, and we can get 4 of these rookie or 2 of these veteran. I think we're going to get 2 of these veteran. And we are out of points. So instead of the Mavericks, I think we're just going to get the Tornado IDS for high explosive power. So we will put the Alpha Jets at the end. We will put our air superiority over here. And that still gives us 4 points left to figure out what we want. And okay. Main problem is that there's quite a bit of points left, and we can't really max it out. So this is what I'm thinking. Well, these do kind of work for our ground push forward, but I haven't really tried these out. Let's see here. Is there anything that we can move points around? Because we were all maxed out on everything here. I have an idea. We're going to remove that. And then for the aircraft, we will get the Peace Rhine. And let's see. Is there anything else that we can move around? This is kind of good. Get 1 point in there. I think I want to try this. The Black Panther M42A1. I've had a lot of fun using this. This is a real infantry killer. Even though it can't shoot at helicopters, no helicopter will really get within range. And if they do, this thing can take them out if the enemy doesn't respond right away. The Martyr VTS-1s are very, very good. Mainly being is that they've got a kinetic energy, 15 AP power for 25 points. That's very, very good for its price. It's got low rate of fire, so it is a bit of an ambushy kind of vehicle. But I've had two of these take out a T-80UM that was wandering through a forest because they ambushed it. So, pretty good vehicle to use. The Jaguar 2s, the range of the Ito lets it down. The Weasel Toe 2 is really better because of its accuracy and AP power, and because it's actually size small, there is a chance that when the enemy catches up with it and fires anything, shells and everything, they have a higher likelihood of missing because of its small size. But everything else is not really worth getting, in my opinion. So I think this will be our West German deck. Gotta quickly do the Navy because we don't want to accidentally get into a game that is Navy, and then we have none. Oh, I tell you, it certainly is funny when allies are like, oh, I didn't put any Navy in this deck, because who plays Navy? Well, you are, right now. Okay, then we will get all that. I'll put the Leopard 2A5 as the centerpiece as we back up, and this is our West German 2nd Armored Division. Can't wait to play this. Please put any other deck ideas down below that you guys want me to make in front of you. And like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell button to let you guys know whenever I post up a new video, so you don't miss anything. And I'll see you all in the next one.